Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky is in London for a crucial summit with European leaders. The meeting comes 2 days after a tense clash with US President Donald Trump at the Oval. The summit, hosted by UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer, aims to address 3 key issues: meeting Ukraine's immediate needs, working towards a lasting peace deal, and strengthening security guarantees for the country. Ahead of the meeting, Starmer and Zelensky signed a $2.8 billion loan agreement to boost Ukraine's defense, with the first installment expected next week. Italian Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni and French President Emmanuel Macron arrived in London ahead of the big summit and met with Prime Minister Starmer in Downing Street. Sir Keir Starmer says Britain and France will work on a peace deal with Ukraine and present it to President Donald Trump.
We've now agreed that the United Kingdom, along with France and possibly 1 or 2 others, will work with Ukraine on a plan to stop the fighting, and then we'll discuss that plan with the United States. So in those calls on Friday night, through the meeting yesterday, into the calls again last night, I think we've got a step in the right direction because, as I say, nobody wants to see what happened on Friday, but it's really important that we keep our central focus, which is lasting peace in Ukraine.
The diplomatic push comes at a delicate moment where the US president accused him of being ungrateful and risking World War III. And by him, I mean Zelensky. That has shaken European nations. The incident threatens to reverse diplomatic gains made just days ago. European leaders have rallied behind Zelensky after Trump's furious exchange with the Ukrainian president. The leaders of Germany, France, Spain, Poland and the Netherlands were among those who posted social media messages backing Ukraine, with Zelensky responding directly to each one to thank them for their support. The spat has intensified the pressure on European nations to fill gaps in US military aid and make a decision whether they can go it alone in arming Ukraine. European policymakers are reviewing their weapons stocks to assess how much they could marshal up. There are also calls for Zelensky to repair his relationship with the US and its president. Meanwhile, Russia has praised Trump and scolded Europe for seeking to continue the war in Ukraine. Foreign Ministers Lavrov called Trump's aim to end the war in Ukraine pragmatic.
Trump, он прагматик. Вот это его лозунг «здравый смысл».
Trump, he is a pragmatist. His slogan is common sense, of course means, and everybody already see it, a shift to a different way of doing things. But the goal is still MAGA, Make America Great Again. He has got a new cap now. Everything that Trump promised, he did. You see, this gives politics a lively human character. That is why it is interesting to work with him.
Придает такой живой характер, человеческий характер.
The Kremlin spokesperson Dmitry Peskov says Trump and Putin's Ukraine policy largely coincides in an interview that was recorded before Trump-Zelensky fallout in Washington, D.C. The Kremlin continues to insist that Kiev must accept its terms for peace, which includes territorial concessions that Ukraine has repeatedly rejected.